Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. Okay. It's good to hear that everybody's awake. And it's been a long journey from 11 o'clock until now, but I'm happy to be here. Thank you for the invitation. Well, let's begin with this. Yes, that's what we've been presented. Terramar, it's a kind of family company that's been in the industry for more than 30 years. And we made a great effort to bring solutions for the industry, and that is what I will present today. But this is when I think all about health, because we need to talk about healthy food, and we need to talk also about being able to live in a better way, because of course we know that all of us will die sometime or will not be here. But at least if we can have a good life, a good health while we are staying here, that will be something that is we are looking for when talking about health and healthy food. This is well, tough numbers. You may all know or not, but this is what's happening in the world. We know that big diseases like Alzheimer and heart diseases are very much what is happening in the world lately. And that's what our proposal is to when we talk about global health and omega-3, it's the key element that we would like to enhance today. We know that omega-3 has a lot of benefits. It's you may know omega-3. It's a lot of anti-inflammatory. It's a lot of on blood pressure, on hormones, and it's a lot related to cardiovascular diseases, infant development, all this related to mental degeneration, and that's been proven that is what is going to be needed for the next future. And if you see these figures here, where the growth that they will have, we are talking about 8% of growth of the need of omega-3 in the next 7 years until 2030. That means $4.45 billion involved in this business, and it's related to most of the countries. You can see all the regions, just almost all the countries or continents involved. What is we are looking for? Omega-3, of course. Where should we supply this? In the feed and supplements and pharmaceutical. That's where we can supply that. And of course, we need to find new sources of omega-3. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a chemist. I'm an engineer. I've been working with the feed industry for many years, almost 40 years. I did work for Skretting, for Cargill, EWOS. I've also been working for fish meal industry in Peru and in Chile. The only thing I'm not expert is in this type of lecture, so you should be comprehensive at this point. And lately, I joined Terramar, as I said, to propose what we call a challenge to the industry. We know that the population is growing and we have more people every year. We know that the fish meal, which is the great source of omega-3, is not growing. It's very flat in the last year. That's information from the IFO conference. We know that the production also of fish oil and fish meal is related to the environmental El Nino, which sometimes is more aggressive. And of course, that is challenging also what is called pricing on this one. When we have this El Nino, then probably sometimes the price goes very high, so it's not possible to use it in a high proportion within the formulation. So aquaculture has been becoming as a kind of solution for this. The industry, it's It's that there is the number of what the fish meal has been consumed by humans is growing, and animals also. So there's a competition for the need for the use of omega-3 between animal biodiesels and human. You can see that the three less impact on the carbon footprint is the fish, of course, chicken and pig, which is a good news for the one that we're in this room in here. Yeah, talking about feed conversion rate, you can see that the one that need less material to grow 1 kilo, it's fish. Then 40% more, it's chicken and then pork. So there is a great potential for aquaculture not to be sustainable regarding the usage of raw materials. That means around 400 million tons of animal protein that we need to produce every year, if my numbers are correct. And you can see only 4%. No, it's only no percentage here. And for that amount of protein that we need to use around 1 billion tons of raw material. So there is a great potential for all what we are producing, or all the animal products, all the vegetables and oils that we need to cope to get all this feed. So let's talk about aquaculture in Chile, which is a case of success. Why Chile? Because we had good water temperatures. We had a lot of fjords in the south of Chile. The temperature of the water is also a great potential for growing fish. And we have more daylights than in the north of the world, where Norway is also producing this important protein. That is how the industry has been developed since I don't see the number, but in a long way, we suffered during the 2010, the ISA virus, which dropped the production of salmon very dramatically in Chile, especially the salar salmon. But still, there is growing somehow, and still, for Chile, it's today the second or third industry supplying to the PIB. Unfortunately, due to environmental discussions and some also related to Indian laws and everything, the industry has not been growing the last years. We are talking about 1.3 million tons of feed. We are talking that the amount of oil that we need in that feed is around 37%, which means more than 400,000 tons of oil per year that we need to use to feed all those salmon. From that amount of oils, 85%, maybe more, there are oils that are not fish oil. This is all alternative oils, which is, of course, vegetable, canola, and some other that I will show it to you later. You can see there. You can see that animal products in here, 20% when feeding a bottle salmon. Vegetable oils is 15%. Marine ingredients, 9%. Okay, thank you. Coho, it's what they call Pacific salmon. And also have the figure for the Atlantic salmon, which is a salmon salar. And this is a bit even need more, a little bit more of vegetable oils, of marine oils, and also some of the animal byproducts. We can go up to 25% within the formulation to feed the salmon. What are the alternatives for fish oil then? We need to search in the genetics. We know that today there is companies producing with some genetics. They are increasing the amount of omega-3 in some of the main raw material like canola. There's an American company producing that, and it's been quite difficult at the moment to get a kind of stable number because they have been produced canola with, let's say, 3%, 7%, 10% of omega. And then we have fermentation, which you may all know that big companies are producing today a lot of concentrate of omega-3, very much concentrate, like 65%, 50%, 35%, which is a lot more than what you can have in the best possible fish oil, which is Peruvian oil with maybe 28% of omega-3. So this is a great potential to replace fish oil with the challenge, of course, that you need to find a way to mix this with something that balance omega-3 and energy, which is also what the fish need to grow. So our proposal is to, through a blending facility that will give us a solution to the big amount of raw materials available that can not as a single way act in the proper within the feed. Some of the ingredients, oils, need to interact to improve their oxidation ratio or improve the way that it performs within a formulation. So what is the challenge then? The challenge from the industry is that we have the three players in here in this graph. In the middle is the farmer. What the farmer needs, they need to convert, they need to grow, they need the fish to perform, and reduce the cycles of the fish in the water, reduce the amount of time that they need to feed the fish, and of course, be cost effective. Then in the top is the feed suppliers, which they need to produce a high quality feed to cope with this conversion rate. They need to balance the amount of omega-3 there in the market, which is limited. They need to have a flexible formulation because the industry is very aggressive in the south with the cost, and they need to be very efficient putting costing its feed every quarter. And of course, there is not a chance to invest within the factories because it's going to be a huge investment to create a kind of facility inside the factories to mix different type of oils. They may have one more tank, maybe two, to put one more ingredient or two, but then it's a lot more than two more ingredients that's available in the market that they can use. And in the bottom, we have our solution that through all this, the possibility of blending and giving an homogeneous mix oil to the industry, we're able to produce a very high quality feed. I spent too many years in production of feed, as I said, in Skretting and Iwo, Cargill. And one of the big problems that the factory face is that there's no consistency between batch and batch or shift or day by day when producing feed because there's not a very efficient homogeneous system for oils. And you know that the features, as I mentioned before, oils is it's a great component of the feed. So each bubbles is a kind of oil that we are using today. You can see there is fish. I put a bubble for fish, but I can put maybe 6 bubbles of fish because you have fish from Alaska, fish from Japan, fish from Peru, fish from Chile. So, and all of them, they have different amount of omega-3. So you may need also to mix them in order to get a kind of stable amount of omega-3 in the fish. And then I put in gray in kind of orange and poultry oils and pork oil, which is also very important for when we need to think about encapsulating the oil within a pellet. You know, in a pellet, you will like to have 40% of fat. How to avoid that the fat will get leaking out of the pellet? So probably this type of raw material may help on that. In the middle, you have all this concentrate of omega-3, which is the like Veramaris, that you may know, Corbion, that they have a lot of concentration of omega-3. And those bubbles without name, it's all the possibilities that, like Lee said this morning, for example, fly soldier oils or cottonseed oil or peanut oil or macadamia oil or whatever it may be, had a kind of benefit nutritional wise within the formulation. In top of that, you know that the feeds need a lot of, they had a lot of challenges in terms of health for the fish. They need a lot of challenges to, as I said, as a physical properties of the pellet. So the oil mix is also been used, and we had a kind of micro ingredients facility also within our facility to be able to include within a mix all these type of different substances or ingredients, micro ingredients that may be needed for the industry. This is only examples of what may be needed. I don't have any idea what each of the company are using in their formulation, but I know that they are using palatants, they are using immunostimulants, all probiotics, prebiotics. You know that antibiotics is also something which has also been used in the industry. And so there is a great potential to also use these blenders to include these substances. So what is the proposal then? That there is the chance for so many high quality and edible raw materials available that may increase the portfolio of ingredients for formulation. The problem is that the factor is they have lack of infrastructure to handle those amount of oils by themselves. So the solution is our proposal of a kind of blending facility to be able to mix all type of ingredients. The risks is like, well, it's a risk for all the industry. If it will not be grow anymore, probably that's the only big risk that we face. And then the benefit is to get the best possible quality, high quality feed to deliver it to the industry. This is real life mixes that we already made. We started on the 20, well, actually the factory we built was, we finished construction end of March 2020. Then the pandemic came, so we spent a year like talking to each other between the walls inside the factory, but then slowly we started with 2021. 2022 was a real fact that each column is a blend, each color is an ingredient, and you can see 1, 2, 3 customers at that time when we started. 2023, and up to date. So this is really what is happening in the industry in Chile. It's everybody's appreciate and see the quality and the benefit of using this blend. This, it's, since we started, means that we have made 300,000 tons already of different blends in 3 years' time. So this is what we think it's a contribution to a kind of sustainable way of doing things, because we are able to produce, to use most of the ingredients are sometimes there is a waste somewhere. And of course, I heard about Africa. I heard about different. I think one thing is coming now. It's all this type of certification, where we need to demonstrate that there is challenges on certified quality. ACSC now is coming something. Marine Trust is also some important certification, and our facility also is coping with those needs. So finally, it's a little bit as a conclusion. You can see there's more demand for food and therefore feed. Uh, we all know that resources are limited. We all talk about that today. So I think blending allow markets and industries to match energy and nutritional demand a wide variety of raw materials. At the end, as I said in the beginning, this is all about the health, but I think should be all related to sustainable health. Yeah, that's all what I would like to tell you today. Thank you.